Greetings friends and fellow cigar box guitar enthusiasts. Check out this beauty. So let me explain to you what we got going on here. So this is a Java box that has been sanded and then painted black and then steel wooled, and then the neck, this is a maple neck with a maple fretboard that has also been painted black and steel wooled. So the steel wool kind of reveals the mapleness of the neck. I do have, so you can kind of see how like the edges there, the steel wool really takes it off and doesn't get inside the curves. That's a cool effect, like on the edges there of the fretboard on the top. It almost makes it look like binding. So I went ahead and went with that. So on the edges around the pickup, you can still see the real wood, so I didn't darken that. I left it white to kind of go with the theme of the white that pops out here, as well as the edges around the jack. So also these edges here, I don't know if you can see in this light here, they're kind of white, it's a little bit peeking out. So I kind of went with that theme throughout. I have the black covers. This humbucker pickup here has been sanded down to the copper, so it's, you can not in this light here, but in normal light you'll be able to see the copperness kind of popping through there. And this hinge on the bottom is nice and rusty. So I have a couple of themes going on here. Oh yeah, and check out the retro knob there for the volume control. So what's different about this guitar? I'm glad you asked. I have a piezo wired in parallel with the humbucker. So there's technically, you can hear that piezo, and you can also hear the humbucker. So they both go through the potentiometer to the jack. So you're always going to hear both of them, which I think is a great sound. So I did put the little marks on here, but I think I'm going to go with these copper-headed nails for here. So that copper-headed nail is going to complement this copper here and also this rust here. So I'm going to do that next, and at the end of the video I'm going to show you the insides of this guitar so you can see the wiring. So I counted out 9 of these little nails, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them down, because right now they're about 1 inch long, but I don't need that big long of a shaft. All I need is about maybe a little bit more than 1/4 inch. And then I just need to find the right size drill bit and drill that dude out. So these are number 2s boat nails. They say bronze, but they look more copper. Anyhow, so I went with this 5/64 bit, and it works perfect. I went ahead and tried it out on this piece of scrap here, and it's the perfect, nice and tight, no wiggle. So we're gonna go with that one. So I've got them all marked, double checked, triple checked, quadruple checked. I want to make sure they're perfect before I start drilling and making it permanent. So that's important. You want to make sure that you're sure that you're sure that you know that you know that you know. And then once you do that, remember, you got to mark the bridge, because if this bridge moves, all of these position markers are going to be screwed. Here we go. I know it looks like it was fast, but that whole thing took me about 20 minutes. The reason why is because I was still double checking every time, so I'd make sure that was the right stuff. Where I did the mark, double check, and I'm looking straight down here so I can see exactly where it's at. And then only when I was 100% confident, then I drilled it and tapped it in with the little hammer. And then I went back and I verified it again after the fact. So quintuple check, hextuple check, septuple check, octuple check. So yes, I have to admit, these position markers look mighty handsome, especially compared to that copper pickup. I mean, they just pop, and they're large enough so that you can see them from outer space here. All right, finally I get a test drive with these brand new position markers using the Vox Mini. So the setting here is at the California metal. The gain is at 12 o'clock, the tone is at 2 o'clock, and the volume is at 10 o'clock. And this is one of my glass slides here. Okay, so the next part of the video, I'm going to show you the insides so you can see how I wired this parallel pickup system. One of the things I've learned over time is that whenever I have a dual pickup system, I usually prefer the sound of both the piezo and the magnetic pickup together. And so in this particular build, I wired the piezo, which is underneath the saddle, in parallel with the humbucker. So they're both being fed to the input of this potentiometer, and then the output of the potentiometer is being sent to the jack. And everything has been grounded. Notice how this wire here goes diagonally, and I will ground the hinge to the back here like that. One thing I forgot to mention that I wanted to point out is look at the action. So this is medium action. It's not too high, it's not too low, it's just medium. And so what you can do is you can kind of fret this thing here. So there's no frets, but like bass lines. little difficult, but it's not too hard. Not too hard. Another little nice feature of this amp is it's got a beat machine here. All right, I'm going to leave you with a little outro. Isn't that a cool little trick? Alright, if you like these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share. Whoop, whoop. And don't forget, there is the virtual tip jar in the upper right hand corner of my YouTube channel under the About section. So, I will see you in the next video.